Hey guys, I want to share this story with you. Check this out. Frustrated cats in Seattle was going wild with the way their governor is acting. Another Democratic city. Check it out.
Now at 6, terrified neighbors in North Seattle are barricading their own streets after bullets tear through homes. The desperate move is meant to stop the gunfire from reaching their doorsteps. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Kelly Koopmans. People who live along Aurora Avenue say they are done waiting for the city to take action. Their solution is to set up planter boxes, keeping armed criminals from racing through the neighborhood. KILB's Joel Moreno is live in Seattle, where these barriers are raising other safety concerns. Joel?
Kelly and Preston, these metal containers you see right here behind me, they might be able to block access to people with guns who are fighting turf wars tied to human trafficking, but they can also potentially delay fire engines and ambulances whose crews are racing to get to an emergency.
Dozens of bullets ripped through this North Seattle neighborhood along Aurora Avenue, striking homes and sometimes blasting into bedrooms where children sleep.
I mean, we live right in the smack of everything, so we've had our house hit with bullets, and the neighbor behind us went through their window, actually.
It's a similar experience for other neighbors as turf wars erupt between armed groups involved in prostitution and other crimes along this troubled North Seattle corridor.
I think most nights can be a little bit scary when it gets super late, and then the last few months it's been like a lot of gunshots.
Now people living along side streets, including North 97th, are dragging in planter boxes, soil, and other barriers to stop gunmen from racing through their neighborhood.
I feel like if it's helped in other areas, it could definitely help here.
Previously, city officials ordered these concrete barriers to be set up at the end of North 101st Street. The goal was to stop shooters from using neighborhood streets as escape routes during gun battles tied to prostitution and human trafficking.
I do think it's helpful. I do think it's probably a small step into what really needs to be done.
But the makeshift barricades are also raising concerns about ambulances and fire crews getting through in an emergency.
You could turn down different street, take another 2 minutes, and, verse our safety.
A message posted at one barrier apologizes for the possible inconvenience it might create and urges people to notify city leaders that the gun violence needs to be meaningfully addressed.
I think we need them. I think it needs to be a more community effort, because the issue with gun violence is that it's systemic. It's not just solved by putting up some barriers in some streets.
Well, over this holiday weekend, representatives from the mayor's office were out here to talk to neighbors about the problems that they're seeing in the area. And one of the promises that they made was to step up the emphasis patrols whenever police officers are available. Kelly and Preston.
And Joel, did those city officials have any input or feedback about those planter boxes, especially given that they could block emergency vehicles?
Yeah, we did try to get specifics on that, reached out to city offices, but because of the Memorial Day holiday, a lot of people not on shift today. But what we do know is that permits almost always are required to place things that obstruct the public roadways, and people who don't get that authorization, they can face fines or even be billed for the cost of removing these structures after the fact. So a lot still to be sorted out. Kelly?
Joel, thank you.
So what do you guys think about that? It's pretty crazy, huh? That governor there is a Democratic governor. They just got her in. I think she believes in defunding the police and doing stuff that's crazy like that, like our governor. So pretty crazy, huh? How people could just illegally put up planter boxes to block the street because the crime is so bad. But I say, why do that? I mean, why do you care? These people, they still gonna vote the same. They like it. We should love it. I mean, they still gonna vote for the same people in. It's never gonna change. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the comment, like, subscribe if you like this type of content. Thanks for watching.